live. Let me scoot over. I got everything rolling. We got Facebook Live rolling, Instagram rolling, the U to the 2-bit rolling. We got everybody rolling. What's happening? What's up, beautiful people? Got everybody rolling. What's up, gorgeous people? Shoot, we working everything. All of the little social networks. We are working. What up? I got with me. Oh, somebody got their supplements today. Good. You gonna love them. Who else I got with me? I got Larisha up in here. What up, family? Who else I got with me? Let me lean. Rhonda up in here. Tasha up in here. What's going on, beautiful people? I'm working all the networks. Lonnie up in here. Liz up in here. Mom's Duke up in here. Rocky 814 up here. We got Tracy. What's up, gorgeous? And thank you, Tracy. Afia, Brandy, thank you for the share. Y'all throw me some hearts if you're on the Instagram. Throw me some hearts. Share if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook Live. We talking. We kicking it. That's all right. You having a challenge. I hear you. Hey, Misty, Stephanie, Tashira, Sandra, what's up? We got Trush 573 up in here. Now, let me talk to you. Let's wrap. I want to talk about how to successfully lose weight. Because I'm the best in the world at doing it. So if you hear you at the right place at the right time, I'm going to talk about how to lose weight, how to drop weight, how to become your sexiest at the age that you are now versus then. I like to call my stuff like the Back to the Future program. Like, for real, our 40-year-olds look better than most 20-somethings. I exaggerate to you not. Look, if you follow me, you know I'm telling the truth. Now, that's not by coincidence. It's not by coincidence because, we produce stuff. No matter if it's in Hollywood or in your neighborhood, we produce amazing numbers. And there's a science to it. I mean, again, we have women all over the world just crushing it. And that's why I always make sure that I show the weekly numbers so you'll see, where people are from, how much they've lost, and things of that nature. But there's a science to it. So I'm going to teach you tonight how to lose weight, how to drop it fast, and also, too, for the people that are watching, I'm doing a 30-day challenge. And basically, I'm going to help you lose 30 pounds before June. Before June. I'm saying before June. Because, again, I want to help you break necks. I want to help you drop jaws, stop conversations, and have the sexiest summer of your life. Because it's coming. It's like Lauryn Hill. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you. I'm saying it's coming. And either you can choose to ignore the fact that it's coming, or you can be a casualty of the summer. And you do not want to be a casualty of the summer. But the first thing you have to do, if you're trying to drop weight, if you're trying to go back to before, the times before before the mommy body, when you were just jamming, when you were just killing it and, everybody was looking at you, and before them kids and the C-section and this, that, and the other, there was a time when you could just eat anything and it not affect your waistline. Yeah, I mean, there was a time when you could just eat anything you want to and not bother you. But now, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Back in college, you could eat a pizza at about 11, 12 o'clock at night and it not bother you. Not even, it wasn't even at a pound to you. You go jog for a little bit not so much. First thing you have to do when you've gotten to the point where your weight is now becoming a problem, to where now it's becoming an issue for you, to where you don't feel good about you. First thing you got to do, you got to decide. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to make a decision. Things don't happen until you decide. You know, and for a lot of y'all, you have to hit rock bottom. You have to hit rock bottom. You know, or you have to be close to the point where it's like, dang, how did we get here? Okay? So the first thing you got to do is decide, you know what? I'm going to turn this thing around. I'm going to turn this thing around. You got to get tired of you. Things don't happen until you get tired of you. You know, things don't happen until you start, you know, looking in the mirror and asking yourself those hard questions. Questions such as, is this really the best version of me? Is this really the better version of myself? Because, again, you can eat yourself out of the body, you know, you want. You know, like how you talk yourself out of stuff, you know, because you overanalyze. You can actually eat yourself out of the body that you want. You know, so because I hear it all the time. And the funny thing is, what I normally do is when people DM me or inbox me, basically how it's set up, it's kind of like a timeline. So it'll start like this. Somebody hit me from 2 years ago. Coach, I need to lose 30 pounds. Fast forward 2 years later, I'm still looking down that little timeline. Coach, I need to lose 75 pounds. Can you help me? 30 can quickly become 70 to 75 to 100 very, very, very quickly. I mean, it happens quickly. So, again, you got to decide. You know, because a lot of times we just hope it gets better. You don't do anything, but you just kind of hope that it gets better. Man, I sure hope. I hope I lose some weight. You're not exercising, you're not working out, you're not watching what you're eating, you hadn't changed nothing, but you're still over there hoping. Man, I hope I lose 5 pounds this week. You constantly step up on the scale. Again, you don't work out. You hadn't worked out. You hadn't changed anything, but you're still hoping that the scale will say that you done dropped 1 or 2 and you're satisfied, okay? So make the decision. Make the decision that you're tired of it, and then you have to decide to go after your better self. You really have to just make that decision. But, again, nothing happens until you decide. Now, the number two thing you have to do when trying to get your sexy back, you have to have a short-term memory. You have to have a short-term memory. Extremely short. Because what happens is when you get to a certain stage and you've tried everything, you're kind of demoralized because you've tried everything. And see, that little devil on the inside of your head will always remind you of, you know, you've tried Jenny Craig and you tried, you know, Sean T, and you done tried this and you done tried that. You done tried, you know, everything. You done tried curves. You done tried this. You done tried that. And what happens is you let that little voice talk you out of your stuff. Because one of the things that I always do when people talk to me on the DM, they're like, you know what, I done tried everything and, you know, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I done had surgery and I had surgery only to gain all of the weight back. And see, that's the other thing about surgery. When, you know, you see people having surgery, this, that, and other, that don't guarantee nothing. Because if you don't already have stuff in place, like a work ethic and a work habit, basically you're going to be taking a vacation from yourself. You're going to be all right for a little bit, but if you don't work out and you don't have the tools and you don't have the work ethic to maintain that lifestyle, once you shrink up, then guess what? You're going to return back home. I always say it like this. Basically, you start off like Sherman Klump, you go to Buddy Love, and if you ain't careful, you can go from Buddy Love back to Big Sherm again. So that's why I always say it's always better just to lose it the right way the first time so you ain't even got to worry about all of that. But going back to what I was saying, having a short memory. At some point, you just got to say, you know what? I failed. Okay, we've acknowledged that. I caught the L. That's cool. But this is going to be different. You remember when you were a kid and you were just naive and you just believed that you could do any and everything until somebody talked you out of stuff? So, until that person made you feel like you couldn't do nothing, right? You remember when you were naive and you just had that blind faith? I need for you to go back to that. Because that's where the goodness is. That's where success is. You know, what we do is we keep account of our failures, but see, this is the issue. We don't keep account of our successes. How many times we've been right, but what the devil would like to remind you of is all of the times that you failed. Feel me on that. And see, when I say this, you're going to say, I'm guilty, coach. I'm going to say this and watch. I'm going to ask this question. How many of y'all focus more on your failures than you do your successes? Say me, coach, if I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you, if that's you, to where you focus more on your failures than you do on your successes. If you focus, I'm going to step on some toes, and that's cool because that's what I do. If you focus more on the people who dislike you than the people who actually love you. Say you talking to me, coach. Say you talking to me, coach. Say you talking to me. Say you talking to me. You have to look. You can't be your biggest blessing blocker, and you can't be your biggest hater. Okay? You can't be your biggest blessing you can't be your biggest blessing blocker and be your biggest hater. So stop doing that. Can we agree that you're gonna stop, listening to that voice that reminds you of your failures? And instead of being your biggest hater, start becoming your biggest advocate. Again, we all fail, but it's the people who continue to try that eventually lose the weight. And across the board, it fits. I mean, because the same mentality you take for weight loss, once you become your biggest advocate in other areas of life, you can just apply that. Because weight loss is life. How you handle your weight is probably how you handle that relationship. If you're quick to quit on a diet or a workout plan, you're probably quick to quit on a relationship whenever it gets a little bit tough. Dang, I done stepped on some toes. Let me give you something good. I used to always tell a buddy of mine this. I said, if you want to see what kind of woman you're getting, I said, take her to go work out. Take her to work out. If she got some fight in her, you got something good. But if she's always quick to quit, if she whines, if she always complains, that's what you're going to get in your relationship. Because the cool thing about weight loss and working out is you don't change unless you put pressure on yourself. So it's going to require you, weight loss requires you to do things you don't like. Same thing with life, same thing with relationships. You probably go to a job you don't like. Studies say 85% of people who, have a job go to a job they don't like. How do you handle doing things you don't like? That's why I always say, take your woman to go work out, see what you got. If she's quick to quit with this, she's probably quick to quit in other areas of life. And you don't want to go to war with a quitter. You see what I'm saying? So, ladies, take your dude out. Take your potential dude out. See how he acts. When you put a little bit of pressure on him, if you're in better shape than he is, see how he acts. If he just like, well, I don't know. Can we go home? Can we leave? Shoot, how long we been here? How he acts there is how he's going to act when things get tough. It's the same difference. Now, number three, and this is going to, this is going to touch a nerve too, but it goes back to pride. Okay? And number three is understanding that you need help where you fall short. See, that's a pride thing. Whenever you hear people say, well, I can do this on my own, but you 70 pounds overweight. No, you don't handle yourself well. You're not good in that area. So if you hadn't done it in the past and you're 70 to 100 pounds, in the hole already as it is, you're not good at that. And for you to sit there and say, well, you know what, I can do this on my own. Maybe if I do this, or maybe if I watch some YouTube, or maybe if I do this, look, you suck. And when you can say, I suck, I need help, you'll get the help you need a whole lot faster versus trying to talk yourself into believing that you can do it on your own. If you could have done it on your own in the first place, you wouldn't been in the position that you're currently in right now. Sometimes you just got to say, I need some help. I need a little help. It's okay to say I need a little help. You're not weak. You're smart. It's the dumb person. It's the stupid person who tries to convince themselves of things that they can do that they can't do because there's evidence in it. I got a car sitting outside right now that I could try to fix it, but it would never get fixed. It would require me to say, you know what? I'm not good at this, huh? I'm not good with motors. Let me call a mechanic and then shoot, let him work his magic versus me being mad and basically saying, I got this. I can watch some YouTube videos. I can read a book. I can watch some stuff. No. When you're able to take the pride up out of things, that's when you can make a move towards your better self. But it's going to require you being honest with you. And that's what we don't do enough of, being honest with ourselves where we're deficient. Okay? You got to be honest. I'm not good at this. I'm struggling with this. I need help. Number 4, when you decide to do, be all in. When you decide to do, be all in. Don't be halfway. Don't barely do it. Don't go in hoping. If you ever want to tick me off, say, I hope this works. I hope I can look like this. I hope. And then my response will always be, Bob died a long time ago. Stop hoping. Start believing. Stop hoping. Start believing. Because when you start believing in you, awesome stuff starts to happen. Your self-confidence, raises to a different level. And then, and this is the other part too, a lot of people don't try different stuff in life because they've never finished anything. You always say you're going to do stuff, but you never finish. So therefore, there's no trust. You don't trust you because you've never been all in with you. You've always been kind of half in, half out. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. And again, you don't mind letting you down. You don't mind failing you. Because again, we're the type of people who do more for other people than we do for ourselves. We'll keep our word for somebody we like, but we won't keep our word to ourselves who we've always been with. That makes no sense. You give better effort to people who might walk away and leave you versus giving your best effort to yourself who you've always been with all these years. Through it all, through thick and thin, it's always been you. People have come and gone, but it's always been you. Stop giving your best effort to everybody else, but giving minimal effort to yourself. You got to stop doing it. Okay? Lastly, you got to change your perspective on this thing. You got to change your perspective on this. Because what if I told you that if you lost the weight, everything that you've always wanted, you'll have. This is just a test. What if I were to tell you that? What, you know, that husband you want. What if I were to tell you that if you lost the weight, you stayed disciplined, that you would get what you want? Because it has happened for a lot of people that I've helped. You know, they've always prayed for this, that, and the other, but this was their test. It was their test of discipline. Kind of like to say, okay, well, kind of like God said, you know what? Now you want this, but in order for you to get this, I need for you to master this. I need for you to become more disciplined with this. I need for you to prove that before I give you somebody else, you can handle you. See, we want a large family, this, that, and the other, but we ain't got ourselves right. We haven't mastered self, but we want huge and colossal stuff. You know, you want the big home, but you're struggling in the apartment you live in. You want the big car, you want the Bentley, you want the convertible Benz, but you're struggling to make the Acura payment. You gotta master the small stuff so you can get the bigger stuff. Because again, how life works is kind of like this. Until you've proven that you can handle you ain't gonna get nothing else. You'll get what you've always had. Because you've proven that you can handle the little bit of that. And that's it. So that's all I'm going to give you until you've proven that you can handle more. For some of y'all, that weight thing is that. That weight thing is that. So conquer your weight, because you never know, your blessing could be on the other side of the thing that you haven't mastered yet. It's on the other side of it. That discipline there's a reward on the other side of that discipline. Finishing. There's a reward for finishing. Running the race. Finishing the race versus doing what you always do. Start something. Life happens. You get sidetracked. Devil talks to you. Shoot, convinces you, well, shoot, well, we'll just start again once things kind of slow down. Or when somebody, you know, when the child graduates, because, you know, it's prom season and, you know, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on and, you know, I'm just going through I don't have enough time. I'm just too busy. But what if your life depended on it? What if your life depended on you dropping weight? You gotta look at things from a different perspective sometimes. Okay? You just have to say, you know what? I'm gonna stop the excuses and I'm gonna start producing. Because on the other side of my strain and my struggle is my reward. Go get your reward. Go get your reward. Stop hoping, go after. It just becomes psychotic about it. It's amazing. And again, even with relationships, you know, you'll be psychotic in a relationship. You know, you'll call every day. You'll text every day. You know, you'll be on time. You know, but again, the effort that you put toward everybody else, you won't put toward yourself. You know, your girlfriend in trouble, you'll go rush to go see her. You know, that kid start acting up in a different state, you'll get in the car and go see him. And go see what he done did. But you just leave on the back burner. Like you don't matter. But you do. Let me give you something good before I let you go. Stop expecting. It's kind of like this. And I always remember this, and I'm going to leave you with this. How you treat you is how other people are going to treat you. If you don't see the value in you, how are you going to expect other people to see the value in you, especially when you don't value you? You want people to treat you special, but you treat yourself ordinary. You'll have your little screen name be Queen such and such or Boss Chick this, but you put Queen, but you let everybody else, including yourself, treat you like a peasant. There's a contradiction there. There's a contradiction there. You Queen such and such, but you act like everybody else. See, when you put on a crown, it's not part-time. It's not like you just take it off and you just sit it to the side. No, you walk around with that crown. You don't take the crown off to go play like a peasant, to have the same conversations as people you're better than. But that's what you do. See, you treat yourself ordinary, but then get bothered when everybody else treats you ordinary. It's just a reflection of how you treat you. So, look, make the decision to become a better version of yourself. And once you do it, don't let anybody talk you off your throne. Can we agree? Because, again, you are a queen. But it makes no difference if you don't act the part or if you don't wear your crown. It's not a part-time gig, y'all. Being a queen is a full-time gig. But nothing happens until you decide to become that queen you know you should be. So that's how you drop the weight. That's how you break necks. That's how you drop jaws. That's how you stop conversations. That's how you get the 5-second pause. So I've given you the blueprint on how to change your look and how to change your life. We'll go over it again. Number 1, decide. Number 2, have a short memory. Forget about past failures. Number 3, understand that you need help and take the pride about that thing and ask for help in the areas where you're deficient. Number 4, be all in. Number 5, understand that this is nothing but a test. If you've been overweight all your life and you struggle with weight all your life, but you want bigger things, sometimes you got to understand that there's a lot of stuff attached to the stuff that you're struggling with. And it's on you to get through. But once you get through, there's a payoff. But if you never work toward that payoff, you'll never get that payoff. For every want, there is a requirement. Always remember that. For every want, there is a requirement. And again, your weight could be that requirement to get what you've been praying for all these years. So go after it. Go after it. Be unapologetic. Go after your better self because you deserve it. But everything starts with number 1, deciding, making that decision. So if you need me for anything, DM me, inbox me. It would be my honor and pleasure to help you because that's what I'm here for. So if you need me, DM me, inbox me, and let's go. Let's go. Let's take life to a bigger and better level. And I love each and every single last one of you. Thank you for hanging with me. But yeah, this is your time to shine. Look, stop singing background. You're Beyonce. Stop acting like Kelly Rowland or Michelle Williams. You're not a background singer. It's time for you to grab the mic, sing your song, and sing it to the best of your ability. This is your time to shine. So let's go get it. Love y'all. Have a great evening.